Lexus has just revealed its brand new RX. It's the range-topping SUV for the company and it gets an all-new look. It's also going to come as a plug-in hybrid predominantly, although it will offer a regular hybrid and a high-performance turbocharged 2.4 litre hybrid with 371 horsepower in various markets. So let's take a little look around the new RX and we'll show you some of the features. We'll start at the front here. So we know Lexus has renowned for having very big spindly grills. It's a little bit different in this time and it's designed in such a way to blend in with the RZ, the fully electric car. So you see the way the spindles now blend a little bit more into the bodywork. It's not quite as defined as some other models. And it does really give a much more modern look to the Lexus. It's a little bit less divisive as well. You've still got the very characterful LED daytime running lights, and you've got high definition LED main headlights too. Now around the side you'll see that it's again similar to the last model that we had, just very clean lines. Particularly it's got that floating roof that we've seen on various other RX models, but there are some other details. So if we come up a little bit closer, you'll see it has the new e-latch door handles. So these are door handles that you don't actually have to pull out. It's just got a little electronic sensor in it, so as soon as you add a little bit of pressure in there, it will automatically open the door. Now elsewhere, let's have a look around the back because there are a few other details. First of all, you can spot the plugins because they have the battery charging on this side, petrol goes on the other side. This is the floating roof I talked about, so you can see it's got this black pillar here, comes in very aerodynamically shaped, still has a little bit of a sporty look to it. And when you come around the back, it's a very clean design. And this is what Lexus is really going for at the moment now. So no longer do you get the L badge, you now get the Lexus spelled out. You get a light bar going all the way across. This is the main model that we're going to see. This is the 450H Plus. The H Plus signifies that this is the plug-in hybrid model, and obviously it gets all-wheel drive. Now, the back, that clean look, it's not all just about aesthetics, so it does have some functional elements. Unlike a lot of electric cars nowadays, there is actually right up there a wiper. So even though a lot of cars nowadays don't give you that rear wiper, Lexus is not going to leave you stuck. You are going to get a rear wiper with that car. There's a lot of other details that we'll show you through in a minute, but that's a quick look at the exterior of the new RX. Now the interior of the RX is a very luxurious place to be. It's very similar in overall layout to the NX, so that means you get this really nice 14-inch touchscreen display. This is a really big step up for Lexus, much better than what we've seen in the older models. There's also a new infotainment system that's much more intuitive and better to use, but don't worry, you still have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay if you want to have your mobile phone wirelessly connected to those. Crucially, there are physical controls here for the climate control and for the volume. This is really important. Makes the car that bit safer because you're not having to fiddle around with a touchscreen if you want to make it a little bit cooler inside. There are still plenty of physical buttons here though. You've got your electronic handbrake and all your traction controls are here. Small little stubby gear selector, that's nice, it doesn't get in the way. You've got cup holders here, you've got USB charge point, you've got more storage under here for your phone, including a wireless charging pad, and the steering wheel is a very nice size. It's nice and round, controls are on here. These are multifunction controls here, which depending on which one you use, they're touch sensitive. It then shows up the added views on the head-up display as to how you can pick alternate menus. You've got a digital instrument display in front of you, and if you look on top of the steering wheel, it also has a camera system that monitors your face as you're driving. So what this will do is read your face. You don't see it happening, but it can detect if you're distracted, if you're drowsy, or even if you completely lose consciousness. It can detect that right away and can even stop the vehicle and call the emergency services if you need it. But more importantly, apart from all that tech, It's the quality in here that really stands out. Lexus is renowned for doing really good quality interiors, and it's very obvious to see in this. Everything about it, all the elements that you touch, whether it's the wood finish here, the leather here on the side, and the stitching, it is all really top-notch stuff, exactly what you would expect from a premium manufacturer. The seats are great, they're electrically adjustable. In this version they're heated and cooled. You've got a heated steering wheel. You've all the trappings you would want in a proper luxurious SUV, and that's just the front. So let's have a look at the back seats. Now the back seats, well, nobody is going to complain about being in here. There is more room than in the previous model. Despite the fact that the new RX is a little bit lower, it has gotten more room because the wheelbase is now that little bit longer than the last model. So I have loads of room here to stretch out. The seats are really nice and comfortable. Crucially, they come out quite far, so it comes right out to the bottom of your leg, so it gives you really good support in here. The middle seat as well, although it is a little bit on the firmer side, it's still quite wide as well. And that width also means that if you do happen to put a child seat on either side, you can still get somebody else in here in the middle as well. As for the rest of the space, well, this has a panoramic glass roof, which normally does eat into passenger headspace in the back, but in this one you don't actually really feel it at all. I've still got a couple of centimeters of room here, which is fine. So it does have a good job of kind of hiding the illusion. From the outside it looks like it has quite a coupe sloping roofline, but you don't feel it when you're inside. Loads of room in here. Like, this driving seat is set up for where I would normally be sitting. I can just about touch it if I stretch out. And also on this range topping model, these are electrically reclining rear seats, so you can, at the touch of a button down on the side here, adjust it to how you would like. And you can also do it with the front passenger seat, because there's a button here on the side as well, which makes it even easier if you do want to move that seat forward. As you'd expect as well, don't worry, there's connectivity options back here. You can obviously adjust your climate control settings here, and you've got heated and cooled seats in the back, USB-C charging ports here as well, and this one even has a 230-volt power socket. There's loads of room, good size windows here as well, and they do come down nice and low, so you're not going to feel in any way claustrophobic. The front seats are nice and wide. You have a full view of that great big 14-inch touchscreen display in front of you. So if you're going to be traveling in the back, you are certainly going to feel nice and comfortable back here.
There's more luggage space inside the RX now, and the load height has been reduced by 30mm. The luggage compartment is also 50mm longer, and that extra length makes it easier to accommodate bulkier items. The rear seats can also be electrically folded down, and they have a 40-20-40 split. It's very easy to drop those down via the buttons that are located inside the boot on the left hand side.
So that's our first look at the new Lexus RX, the company's range topping SUV. It's going to arrive towards the end of 2022. You'll find out everything you need to know about this car on the website. It's CompleteCar.ie. You'll find it linked in the description below. All the details are there, including specs and prices, and not to mention all of its competition. It's a great source for researching your next new car. In the meantime, you'll find us on all the usual social channels, and do get involved in comments below. Tell us what you think about this model. Thanks for watching.